What's good? It's gonna be the story time of Army basic training. Undergoing that 1 day in basic training that make you like literally question, why did I do this, bro? Why did I sign the dotted line? And it is the event known as the shark attack, bro. If you don't know me, Cooper Carter, I went to basic training in 2019 and I went at a Fort Benning, Georgia. For those of you that don't know, a shark attack is a basic training event which happens right after reception and right after you meet your drill sergeants. Pretty much, like I said in that other video with the day 0 reception, this is not day 0 reception. This is day 0 of actual starting basic. And there is where you meet your drill sergeants, and there is where the nonsense starts. This is where it gets real, for real. Basically, yeah, like I explained in that video, you go through a few weeks of reception, and then you have your actual basic training, and this is that first day, right? When you leave reception, you're bused to you get on a bus to your basic training barracks, and basically this is them welcoming you to actual basic training, because reception is just reception. It's not actual basic training. You're not training too much, but let me just say, it's not a nice welcome. Here's how that day went for me. So basically it starts like when you're in reception, and I was in reception for 2 weeks, and it sucks, bro. When you're in reception, there's nothing more than you want to do than to actually start basic training, because you're in reception, you're not doing nothing, you're just sitting in long lines, you're just basically just wasting away, pretty much. It's not a fun experience, especially if you go to Fort Benning, bro. It's just sitting, waiting, and wishing you could go ahead and start, so you can start the process of getting out of there. It's really not fun. And all of us at the end of those 2 weeks of recession was like, bro, we just literally want to start. We just want to start actual basic training already. That's all we wanted. So basically, yeah, we was in reception, and the reception drill sergeants told us like 3 days before, yeah, in 3 days y'all about to go to start your actual basic training. And we were so relieved. We like, yes, bro, finally we can like get out of here. We can actually start basic training. Here's how the last day of reception went, pretty much. Last day of reception went like normal. Like, you know what I'm saying? You get ready like normal, stupid early in the morning. We did a little bit of waiting in line like we have been doing the last few days, well, last few weeks. But you do like a little bit of waiting in line, and then that's it. You're done with all your waiting in line, and you grab all your gear, and you put them in 2 green duffel bags. So you got all your stuff in 2 green duffel bags. It's like 9 a.m. and they have you just waiting outside. And you just sitting on top of a duffel bag. So you got all your stuff, you're sitting on top of a duffel bag just waiting. And you don't know what's coming next, pretty much. But you know you're about to get out of there, and you know you're about to go through the shark attack. I don't think they don't do it no more, but back then we knew that it was coming up. So we just out there on our duffel bag, just sitting right there, just talking to the person next to us, you know what I'm saying? Not getting too loud, because then they're gonna start smoking us, right? So we just out there just talking, like having a little small conversation, like what's about to happen. And then this van pulls up, and out of it came our drill sergeant, not the reception ones, but our actual ones that we're gonna be training with for the next few weeks. And they pulled up, and they got out of there looking intimidating as possible, bro. Like, they literally looked out like no smile, no nothing. Just walked out just looking like, literally looking like that. And they're looking at us like, imagine like a lion's den, you throw like a piece of meat in there. That's how they were looking at us. We're just looking at it like just literally looking at us like, yo, these disgusting creatures, man. So yeah, they're looking at us like disgusting. And no joke, one of them, our drill sergeant he was like 6'5", like swole, buff, like tall this way and big this way, literally like tall, big, the biggest one there. He's just like walking, he just looking at us like, because they gotta like go over there and get the paperwork to transfer us over from them to them, and they just over there looking at us like, so this is what y'all gave me, this is the trash y'all gave me. We see them doing like the paperwork to transfer us over, and after they like get done with that, the reception ones was like, all right, it's yours now. This is your food, man. And then from there, like we heard them pretty much like they're not losing it yet. They're just a little bit loud, and they're just like telling us pretty much to get on the bus. Like, so we're gonna get on the bus. We're gonna go from the recession thing to our actual like basic training base, which I'm gonna explain that later. So we get on the bus. It's the white prison buses like usual. And it's no talking. Like it's a little bit of talking, but it's just little whispers. The only talking is like little whispers from one like seat to the other. Like, what are we over here? Are we here? So basically, we got our heads down. So heads down where we can't see where we're going. And don't forget, we got all our bags in these green duffel bags. So we can't. They got us with our bags. It's like one in front. You barely got space to even be in the seat, and you gotta bend down like this. You gotta like literally look down into it, and it's one on there. So if you look up, then you be like, hey, put your head up, like, you know what I'm saying? So you literally just like looking down like this, and like they don't want you to see where you're going. So I feel like you're getting kidnapped pretty much, but at this point we're used to it, right? So yeah, I feel like you're getting kidnapped, and then you know like what's about to go on, right? You know you're about to get shark attack. Pulling up, and that's when like people really start getting like nervous, right? Start seeing people get way nervous. Like they was talking big game before that, and they start getting like really like nervous. I'm just like, man, y'all knew this was coming, bro. So anyway, so yeah, we pull up, and then we hear the yelling before the bus even comes to a stop, bro. So like before it even stopped at wherever they were parking, like we already hear the yelling outside, and there's no windows down. That's how loud they were. You can hear them outside, like literally sounding like animals, bro. So yeah, we pull up, and we already hear them screaming. They screaming like psychopaths, and then they get on there and they scream. They start, like, you can hear them screaming, and you hear them screaming running up running up the steps like a horror movie, something, right? They screaming there, like they like get off the bus and anything like that. So we like move, we start moving, everybody clears off that thing like fast and hurry, man. So we all get off, and don't forget, you have two big old duffel bags that have all your stuff with you, so it's not like it's light, right? So you get off, and they start throwing, like, the first thing that was crazy. So the yelling wasn't too crazy. I was expecting that. First thing that was crazy to me was that they're throwing people's bags, bro. So like they like literally like yanking. They can't touch you, but they're yanking your bag, which you're holding on to. So they're like basically throwing you. So like they literally, like, they throwing people's bags. They're like, hurry up, like if you're moving too slow, but they're like, hurry up and get off the get off the thing, right? They're like throwing the bags or whatever. I don't know if they still do this, but this is what was going on in 2019, bro. So yeah, they like pretty much throwing everybody's stuff. Crazy yelling. It's like a crazy scene. They got megaphones, and they're just playing like the sirens on there. So they got the megaphones, they're just playing sirens. Some of them got the megaphones, and they just screaming in there, like just screaming random stuff. And then they're just making like random noise. It's like it's a chaotic scene, bro. They're just making a whole bunch of noise and screaming and telling you to do a whole bunch of different stuff. And that's the thing, like one of them will tell you to do one thing, and then another one will be like, stop doing that, you're supposed to be doing this. And then you're confused, and then boom, you get shark attack right there, which I'm explaining like what exactly getting shark attack is, bro. So, but basically, yeah, like one to be like telling you to do this, one to tell you to do the opposite, and they're doing it on purpose. But we didn't realize that at the time, that they're literally doing it on purpose just to, like, you know what I'm saying, get in your head. Or the chaotic scene, and this is basically how you end up getting shark attack. So that can end up happening if you're like moving too slow, if you like just being in the way, like you just in the way of the motion of everybody, you might end up getting shark attack. And basically what that means is like all of them, like, well, not all of them, but like 4 or 5 of them like surround you and start literally screaming, spitting in your face, man, with a whole bunch of commands. Like you don't even know what they want at this point, because there's too much yelling for you to even process like what's going on, man. So yeah, like I said, that can happen from you being too slow, being in the way. If you make yourself like an individual for any reason, like if you do anything that not everybody else is doing, like just being an individual, like they gonna call you out for it, and then you gonna start getting shark attack, but they all gonna swarm. It's literally like they're throwing meat into a lion's den, bro, and they are the lions, bro. And if you're gonna get ate by all of them if you do something, any of those things. Also, it can happen randomly. Like you might just like literally be doing everything right, and they still start swarming you, man. And everybody can see that, bro. And that's just like, yo, I don't want that to be me. And then next thing you know, it's all of them on you, bro. Looking back, it's funny, and it was low-key fun, but during it, it's no, bro. During it, you like, what's going on? What did I sign up for? So basically, like, after all the chaos of getting on the bus and then like running down to this, like, wherever we got to go, we got to also like hold the bags up. If you drop your bag, oh yeah, that's another thing. If you drop your bag cooked, because then they're gonna start swarming you and like start calling you weak and all type of other crazy stuff. And like when I say that, like yelling like in your face, like yelling like in your face, like nobody else has gotten in your face, like literally like this close to your face, bro. Spit flying everywhere and everything. And it's like not one of them, like at least 2. And then if you really get in shark attack, like 5 on all sides of you, bro. So like basically after the initial chaos of that, they gather us in like the little company areas or whatever, which is like right outside the barracks. Pretty much they gather us in your companies, and we had like color designated things for the company. So like if you were like a certain company, you was blue. If you had a different company, you was a different color. You just went to wherever you saw the most of the color. And then y'all stayed together. If you didn't cook, bro, you were cooked. Like I said, if you were individual for any reason, bro, swarmed. So once we got into like little company areas, it got a little bit calmer, but it was still a chaotic scene, bro. At this point, like this is when I had noticed it was multiple folks was crying, multiple grown men, because I went to Fort Benning. I didn't go with the mixed male and female, so I went to Fort Benning with straight males. Multiple grown men were crying, literally. And the funny part was like it was some that was in the reception who was like talking big game and like, oh yeah, I can do this, like this is easy, like this is nothing. Some of those same ones during the shark attack, like literally you see them just like you can see the tears coming down, bro. I'm just like, yo, what are we doing here, bro? What are we doing? And then it's people trying not to laugh. Obviously, because at this point, I don't blame. You can't laugh at all during basic, but I don't blame the people try not to laugh when it's grown men crying for this, which was wild. It was chaotic, but still crying though. Come on now, bro. Get it together, bro. Yeah, it was multiple people crying. So yeah, then there's the problem of the bags. So like the bags is already heavy enough, and you gotta like carry it like a certain amount of distance. It's not like you get off the bus and you immediately drop your bags. No, you gotta carry both of them to like wherever you gotta go. They pretty much just make you run around, and then you gotta go to like a certain spot, certain location, and then that's where they have you like hold it over your head. You can't like obviously like after a while like people gonna start going like this and trying to rest it on their head. But as soon as you do that, swarmed, cooked. Can't do that. Can't even let it get close, man. I'm talking about you're holding it to the point where you just like literally can barely hold it anymore. You just like are just sitting there struggling, right? You literally can't rest it, you can't drop it, you can't do nothing, but you just gotta sit there while they all screaming and playing the megaphone, and it's chaotic. And then I had a unique situation, because like after all the holding over the head and everything, they start getting ready to move us from the company areas inside of the actual barracks into the bays, which the bays is inside of your barracks. Basically, like if you see Full Metal Jacket, like where you sleep and everything, the big row of beds, that's the bay or whatever. They start getting ready to move us in there, and they had us open up our bags for some reason. Like they get the look at stuff. I don't remember what it was. It was it was low-key a blur, but they had us open it up for some reason, and I was trying to close mine back, but there was so much stuff in there, mine wouldn't close. And then it's like you better get somebody to help you, bro. And then I'm sitting over trying to close mine. And somebody actually did come over there to help me. And I'm telling you, it's so much stuff in there. And I guess it was just like the way I packed it. Like it wouldn't close. It wouldn't zip back up. And then like they're like literally doing countdowns, and they're like getting mad, waiting on me to hurry up and do this. And then everybody else gets theirs closed. And I'm like, oh no, this ain't good. It's not getting good. Like I just said about being an individual for any reason, it's not gonna be good. So this is it was not gonna be good. They got theirs closed. They're pretty much leaving, and then it's just me and like 3 other people out of everybody that got out of the bus. And I'm over here trying to zip this up. All Buddy was trying to help me zip it up, and he was like literally pulling the zipper with all his might. And I'm over here trying to we're trying to get this thing closed, and then he just like gave up. He was just like and started trying to walk off. I was like, wait, whoa, bro. We in this. You started helping. Like we in this together, bro. You're not about to just leave me by myself, bro. So he started trying to basically be like, yo, like I gotta go, bro. They're telling us to go, and I'm just like, wait, bro, wait. Let's get this thing closed, bro, please. Basically, yeah. Eventually, I somehow got it back. Somehow got it zipped it up, got it closed. But they're definitely looking at that. That's definitely what you want to avoid, is being like something causing you to be unique. That's what you want to avoid. Something causing you to be out of the group. You don't want that, bro. We got all our bags and everybody into the bays, the sleeping areas. And this is pretty much like where your basic training starts. Like, you get into the sleeping areas and you're moving all your stuff in, and you're getting ready to start the 10 weeks of torture or whatever. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Basically, summed up in a summary, it was just chaotic, a whole bunch of yelling, megaphones for some reason, swarming certain people, and then holding your bag over your head. That's pretty much what the shark attack was. After that, though, because like I said, it was like 9 a.m., 9:30 when this happened or whatever. After that, in a few hours, was the first dining facility experience and basic training, or the defect, so eating. And that's gonna be his own video, because that was all. That in itself was hilarious and just as chaotic, honestly, with us at least. I don't know. With us, it was just as chaotic as getting off the bus. But yeah, basically pretty much Shark Tank is just your getting off the bus experience. Not at reception when you first get there, but at day 0 or day 1 of basic training. I'll let y'all.